AFTV, Lee, you just heard Yard, man, you know what I mean? And there'll be a lot of fans like that, really, really disappointed tonight. 2-0 defeat at home, first defeat of the season at home, actually, and not a great performance by Arsenal, particularly with the finishing department. Because we had chances, didn't we?
Yeah, we had chances, and at the end of it, we had chances, but at the end of it, you have to look at it today. And I get the frustration from fans. Of course you do, like, you know, semi-final of the Cup. The difference between the two sides today, and they're a better team than us because of it. They are a better team than us. Don't forget they ain't got their best midfield player playing today.
No Guimaraes, yeah.
And they've got their best central defender not playing today. So I don't want no excuses that Saka's not playing because they've not got their best players playing, right? They beat us today because they had two players up top that would walk into our team. And that's a fact. An absolute fact. Both of them would walk into our team. And that was the difference today. Newcastle today, absolutely tip my hat off to them because I thought they were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Drilled, coached properly, defended fantastically well. The set pieces and everything there, they was fantastic. And they had a edge up front. They had something to go on up front, which we have not got, Robbie.
They're clinical, and we're not clinical because we had two or three easier chances than they had to score.
Well,
and we blew them.
I wouldn't say easier.
The Kai Havertz, maybe you've not seen that back.
I've seen the Kai Havertz one.
Come on,
it's a disgrace.
I'd score that.
Yeah, well.
We had chances, Lee.
I'm not going to argue. Yeah, of course we had chances. That's a scandalous goal, you know. But that's the difference. Isak didn't hit the post, did he? Isak didn't fluff his lines. He scored it. Anthony Gordon scored his. Now I'm looking at it, and people can moan and groan, and I get it when they say they want Arteta out or they want this and all that. Like, I look at it today. What do we need in our team? What do we need? We said it all along. We need a striker. I sat there today and I watched 3 players warming up today. Sterling, Calafiori, right? And
Jesus?
No, who was the other one? And Marino. £75 million worth of talent there. Semi-final of the Carabao Cup, which we desperately need to win a trophy. All 3 of them on the bench, not contributing to the team whatsoever. So when people turn around and go, that money could have gone on the centre forward that we were craving for. But the manager and the board decided that they want to bring in squad players. Calafiori today, I thought was good on the other day. He's not playing in the semi-final. Marino not playing in the semi-final, and Sterling not playing in the Give a little bit of a relax for Sterling because he's just come back from injury. But the fact of the matter is we got him on a free anyway. Our 2 major signings in the summer to get us over the line for the title in a semi-final are warming up. There's your answer.
Why hasn't he brought a striker in? Can you think about that? Because can you think why? Because every single I'm sure every fan who comes on here today is going to say, listen, you see the difference, and that is the thing that's the glaring obvious thing today, because you see Alexander Isak, you see his movement, you see his position in the box, you see his finishing. He's an out and out striker, right? You see our strikers, they're never in those positions.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what do you think is his Mikel Arteta's style of play? That he doesn't really seek a player like that, or do you think why is he not invested in that striker?
That only he can answer that. Only he can answer that. You know, is he stubborn? Is he trying to be clever? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, he's putting himself up to the chopping block, isn't he? Because I'm hearing fans today saying, "Get rid of him, get rid of him." You know what I mean? Like, he's clueless. I've heard on several occasions. Like, you know, the fact of the matter is, we had a season last year where I thought we was fantastic. It was fantastic to watch. This season, he has changed it. He has turned round to a possession-based football, right? And it's not working, Robbie. You know what I mean? Like, I heard what people are saying, what players have improved. And you have to ask, it's such a fair enough question. None of them. I'm telling you that, like, Havertz is nowhere near at the level of last season. Trossard is nowhere near at the level of last season. Odegaard, nowhere near at the level of last season, like, you know. And I can go on and on and on. Declan Rice, nowhere near at the level of last season, right? And I look at the back four today, defensively, to forget about the strikers, as we all highlight that, poor. First goal, like, you know, give credit to him. Long ball, they put the Burn, 6'6", they put him right into the centre forwards position. Something our manager would never do. Something out of the box, something a bit different. Both of our central defenders go for him, go for the ball, because they're thinking, oh, he's 6'8", we've got to match that. What do they forget? They forget the striker that can bang in goals left, right and centre, they just leave him. So that's the first goal. The second goal, I don't know how much space Isaac's got on the edge of the box.
Way too much space.
Way too much space. Puts a cross in there. The right back sleeping, and Anthony scores a goal. And the difference between the two teams. Look, listen, you can say you want a striker if there's not a striker out there. Okay, fair enough. All right, we can't get a striker. Anthony Gordon typifies something that Arsenal need, because he can play both positions. But how dangerous was he today? He caused us all sorts of problems. What problems did we cause for them? And we are supposed to
cause problems, but we didn't take the chances.
We're all right.
We had a lot of shots in that game. We've not taken any chances.
Right, let's get this right about chances, right? All the lovely playing football, one brilliant bit of movement when we got Martinelli through. All the others are crosses coming in.
It's still chances.
Yes, it's still chances, but it's not the way you're playing the game. If you're possession-based, playing, at the end of it, all you're getting is, at the end of it, I don't know about you, I don't know about it, but I'm telling you what people around me say, well, we might get one from a set piece. That is not good enough when you're having 80% of the play possession-based.
But the Havertz one wasn't a set piece.
It's a cross.
He's got to bury that. The Martinelli one wasn't a set piece.
Sometimes you
and
Listen, Rob.
Got to take your chances.
You've got to take your chances. Of course you have. That's what part and parcel of football is. But when are we opening teams up? Like, we did it fantastically well for the Martinelli thing, like, you know. But one in a game at home isn't good enough, Rob. You can't, like, you know, don't kid a kidder. You know what I mean? We're throwing the ball in the box and all that, like, you know. King Wimbledon done that for 10 years and got into some and won a cup doing it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But this is Arsenal.
You think it's the style of play?
Style of play. Are you enjoying watching Arsenal as much as you did last year? Let's be really honest about it. And people turn around and say, "Oh, it's all about winning." Well, we're not winning, are we? 7 draws and now a defeat here. Listen, we was here 2 days after Christmas, hanging on against Ipswich, right? And what was people turning around and saying? If Ipswich had forwards like Newcastle, like other teams that are going to come here, we are going to get found out. And to be honest, today, I'm sitting here today, I can't turn around and go with how bad we were. They were a better team than us, sussed us out in every single department. And I'll tell you something now, I don't like it when I hear people turn around and say Newcastle players wanted it more than Arsenal players, right? And at the end of it, that's what's happened today. Like, the players, you can go all on about Mikel Arteta and his tactics and whatever. It comes down 11 against 11, and I see a team in Newcastle defending for their lives, running through brick walls. I didn't see Arsenal players defending for their lives. No. I didn't see Timber at the back post diving and suck for his life. I just see him let Anthony get the goal. I then see down the other end lunging into tackles, bringing headers in and things like that. Are you telling me that their back four, by their others with their centre half not playing, that they're better than us?
No.
They're not. Have they got better players than us? No. The only place that they've got better players than us, and the difference between the two teams today was up top. That was the difference between the two teams, and they wanted it more. Now, if Arsenal are going to go on and anything in anything now, they've got to go and buy someone, Rob. I don't care what it is, because I'll tell you this now. The manager hasn't got the nous to get us over the line, according to everybody else. So what you've got to do, if he ain't good enough to do it, you've got to get players in that can. Get players in that can.
Is this tie done for you?
Well, I don't want to go up there on a Wednesday night 2-0 down, but listen, I said that when I went to Anfield a few years back and everything like that, and we didn't. Listen, there's always hope. You know what I mean? Like,
But what are you thinking?
what am I thinking? It's done, isn't it? It's done, yeah, well, you know what I mean? Let's not bother. Let's not bother, like, you know, because I'll tell you what, you know, and listen, am I the only one thinking that? Because I'll tell you what, there's 10 minutes to go and the stadium was half empty. So like, a lot of fans are thinking that as well, you know. And I don't care. Listen, I'm going to give that team, those players, as much credit and everything that they deserve. But their fans today, fantastic. But what a luck, all round by the goal. Next 2 weeks from now, we'll be up in the sky. Won't hear us, but they've heard us today. I'm not saying it's an advantage, but it is. You know what I mean? Like, but listen, they were fantastic today, Newcastle. I'm going to say that's the best team that I've seen play this season come to the Emirates. Totally outclassed us, outfought us, out-tacticked us and outscored us. So when you say, can we go and do that next time, like, you know what I mean? That's 4 fundamentals we've got to put right next week. Or whenever it is. Next month, is it next month, right? Next February. That's after I think we played Man City. But I'll tell you another thing that's a big worry for me. Ipswich, teams like that, split the old blueprint of how to beat Arsenal. They've now mastered it. Other teams will come here. Man United, like Man United done exactly what Newcastle did today, but we got them on 2 set pieces. But they have quality. They have quality up front that I would love to see. If Arsenal had Isaac and Anthony in this in our team, dangerous. Right? Get yourself a Champions League final ticket because you'd be going to that. Get yourself a cup final ticket because you'd be going for that. Because fundamentally, that is the thing that is lacking at Arsenal Football Club. When did we look like scoring tonight? That every time they went for, I'll tell you what I said to my mate today. I said it'd be 2 before that, and it could have been. I think they could have won 3 or 4 today. They're so much better than us going forward, and it was a big black line across it, like, you know what I mean, for Mikel today. When he turns around and says you don't need a forward, I urge you, Mikel, go and watch that team today. Go and watch them 2 up front, and then come back and say you don't need a striker.